Hello everyone and welcome to Super Auto Pets again. This recording was actually made like a month ago, so it's a bit late. This is before the most recent balance changes, but I thought it was a cool run, so I figured I'd showcase it and kind of talk about some of my frustrations with the game, because the main focus of this run, which I'll explain a little bit, kind of got affected a little bit by those balance changes. So this weekly was cool because it had Frog, and Frog is a surprisingly underrated unit. I think right now it's probably your best option if you want to swap stats. I mean, some people go Tamarin, but ever since they nerfed Tamarin, I mean, it doesn't give you as good of stats when compared to Frog. And Frog's also super sweet is that at level 2, you can just sell it, and then the stats get immediately swapped on. As you can see from here, I'm going to get a level 2 Frog pretty much instantly, which not only do you get that tier 3 level up bonus, very exciting. I picked the Capybara because it's amazing, but I also get the level 2. And there's the main attraction of this run, the salamander, who got nerfed. And I don't really understand why. Salamander's nerfed so that he only triggers a maximum of 1 time, I believe, a turn, which is just horrible. Like, why would you ever use that? Most triggering abilities they've nerfed down to like 2, which I still don't really like, but that's at least more than once. That's insane. If you have it at level 2, if you're investing in like buying, selling, started battle pets, it's all for giving your salamander like 1 extra or like 2 extra damage a turn. Like, that's such a terrible investment. Like, it's just no. And I don't get it. Like, I guess if you make the perfect pack in like customs and you like go into a versus battle, maybe you can just get a crazy salamander and win instantly, but like it only buffs its attack, so you also have to have lollipop. So if you make the perfect thing, I mean, yes, you can make this and it'll work, but I don't think it's that necessary. That's really my main problem with the most recent updates, is that I feel like Team Wood is putting more priority on balancing versus. I mean, their latest update was the versus update. It was like this big thing, like, oh my goodness, the versus is coming to Super Auto Pets, which it's ranked, it's competitive. Like, I don't think Super Auto Pets has ever really been that competitive of a game. I don't play it to be super competitive. I don't think that was the main intention, like they talked about in like a really old post, probably like 2 years ago at this point, about how the design philosophy of the game was supposed to be you can just come back to it at any time, and then see. Dude, Bulldog trolled itself there, that's rough. But that you could come back and see how your team was doing and immediately pick up at any point in time, and just kind of put it down, pick it up again. And I mean, with versus, you're already kind of ruining that philosophy because you have to stay connected unless you do an async versus match, but it's just awful because then you have to wait for the other person and then go back and forth. So that's like the worst way to play it. So you're almost incentivized or forced to run it like just as a actual competitive game, which I don't really like. And like, this stuff has affected their balancing. Like, they've nerfed the salamander because I guess it was too strong in customs, and then they nerfed the snail. They changed the snail. They reworked it completely with the puppy pack rework. Which there were some cool ideas in the puppy pack rework, but also with toys, and that's another thing that's kind of hurting your ability to recognize what's going on in the game state when you come back to it. So, not a huge fan of that, but there's definitely some cool ideas with toys, so I'm fine with their inclusion. But like, it's just weird to nerf snail, because I don't think a lot of people were looking at snails and going, oh man, those are so powerful, it gives you like +1 attack and health to your team, like, ooh. Like, I don't think it really mattered in terms of arena. I can see how you can stack snails. Like, I've done it with friends to win versus, but like, I don't know. I feel like SEP should be balanced around making arena mode as viable as possible. And that also gets into an issue, because you want to make each pack feel balanced while also making the whole overall custom packs feel balanced as well, which is a hard line to, carry. Hard line to toe, that's the right word. So I get that. I understand, I can imagine. But it's like the most recent, newest rework. They're going to rework the Star Pack next. And they're completely changing muskox and faint pets, which they'd already done. Just feels lame. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, Muskox Mantis is just a fun team, man. Like, just throwing things down, making sure you're positioning everything well so that you can keep everything scaling. I mean, it's just fun, and to make it so that I believe Muskox is just in battle buff now. Like, that's hurting a lot. I don't know if they nerfed the shark to be the same way. Which is like, that's just a fun strategy, and to see it get affected like this because it's too strong and like custom versus or whatever, like, if you're playing custom packs for a balanced experience, I don't know what you're doing. Also, for this game, having 2 salamanders is just absolutely insane. I'm getting terrible luck for lionfish. Surprise, there's lionfish in this weekly. So you can imagine what these are about to be swapped on. Whoa! Then I combined that because I needed the metal for the salamander. So yeah, I bet you can't imagine what's about to happen next. What a great team. I wonder what's left for me to do. My team didn't lose any effectiveness too, which is nice. Do get wrecked by a bulldog. Yeah, bulldog's also something you can use with a frog. If you leech bullfrog, you can get some broccoli on there. You can make it pretty crazy. The only issue with that is that it's kind of difficult, and if you're stuck on your bulldog, I mean, sure, he's going to be strong, but he's just going to depreciate in value. What a terrible asset. Yeah, look how good the lionfish is. I get why they nerfed him. That is a good balance change. I don't know how much it really affects him. I think he's still very strong in the most recent update, but I don't know. I just feel like if you're putting versus over arena play in terms of balancing, I feel like trying to balance custom packs a lot is going to be extremely difficult. Because if you're playing custom packs, you should not expect a balanced environment. So I get why they changed like the blobfish, clownfish stuff, because that was like the most basic opener you'd like always go for, no matter the strategy. Because it allows you to keep rolling into your strategy and keep getting wins, which is helpful. So like I'd want on like turn 11 if you get good like blobfish, pug, jellyfish, clownfish combinations, you can just go insane. So I get that. That makes sense. But, it's still, I don't like how much that they've changed. I mean, changing the faint pets back to what they were, like, when the game first came out, is kind of weird. It's made the rhino very good, which is kind of funny. So as you can see, I sold everything. Surprise, it's a 3-team. That's why I chose this one to record. I had other runs, but come on. It's just something so beautiful. Just 3 level 3 pets. All about to blow up this poor team. I mean, like, they had Highland Cow still, like, that's pretty scary. And it was. But, there's always another round. I wonder if I'm gonna buy anything. Legitimately, I don't know why I was rolling there. I mean, I guess a peach could help me. All of that 2 health. It's gonna do so much work. But I don't know what this team was. I assume they just fell off too early. Weird Doberman placement. Weird, yeah, I think it's Doberman. Yeah, weird Doberman placement there. I would have put that earlier. And that's it. That's all there is. I hope you enjoyed me ranting about balance changes in SAP.